and its values. The value of studying communication. Communication is one of the most popular undergraduate majors. The reason for this popularity is the relevance of communication knowledge and skills to success in all aspects of life. There are 4 major areas in which studying communication can benefit you: your personal life, your personal relationships, your professional life, and your civic life. Communication in your personal life. We develop our personal identities through the process of interacting with others. Interactions with individuals such as teachers, friends, romantic partners, and coworkers who then communicate their views of us. In addition, we learn who we are and how others perceive us as we engage mass media and social media. Substantial research shows that communicating with others promotes personal health, whereas social isolation is linked to stress, disease, and early death. Research and studies have results such as college students who are in committed relationships have fewer mental health problems and are less likely to be obese. Heart disease is more common among people who lack strong interpersonal relationships, and cancer patients who are married live longer. Communication in your personal life. Communication, verbal and nonverbal, face-to-face or mediated, is the primary way that we communicate with others. Effective communication is the heart of personal relationships. A primary distinction between relationships that endure and those that collapse is effective communication. We build connections with others by revealing our private identities, asking questions, working out problems, listening, remembering shared stories, and making plans for the future. Couples who learn how to discuss their thoughts and feelings, listen mindfully, adapt to each other, and manage conflict constructively tend to sustain intimacy over time. Friends also rely on good communication to keep in touch, provide support, and listen sensitively. Families that practice good communication are cohesive and stable. Communication skills are critical for success in professional life. The value of communication is clearly apparent in professions such as teaching, law, sales, and counseling, where talking and listening are central to effectiveness. Another example of where communication is present is with healthcare professionals. Healthcare professionals rely on communication skills to talk with patients about medical problems and courses of treatment, and to gain cooperation from colleagues, patients, and families for continued care. Most employers list communication skills as one of the top qualities in job candidates. Employers reported that their success on the job depends on listening well, presenting ideas clearly, and negotiating effectively with others. Communication in your civic life. Communication skills are vital in the health of our society. To be effective citizens in a democracy must be able to express ideas and evaluate the ethical and logical strength of communication by public figures. Civic engagements is more than paying attention to politics and voting. Civic engagements is also working with others, formally and informally, working in small and large groups, identifying the needs to communities in society, and then to find ways of meeting those needs. Communication skills are especially important for effective interaction in an era of globalization where we have daily encounters with people of different races, genders, sexual orientations, and traditions. Defining communication. Communication is a systemic process in which people interact with and through symbols to create and interpret meanings. There are 4 key terms within this definition. These key terms are process, which is an ongoing continuity, the beginning and end of which are difficult to identify. System, which is a group of interrelated elements that affect one another. And there are 2 factors within a system. Those factors include openness, which is the extent in which a system affects and is affected by its surrounding environment, and homeostasis, which is a state of equilibrium that systems strive but cannot sustain. Symbols are arbitrary, ambiguous, and abstract representations of phenomena. Symbols are the basis of language, much nonverbal behavior, and human thought. Meaning is the significance we attribute to phenomenon. It's what it signifies to us. Communication has 2 levels of meaning, and these levels are content level of meaning, which is the literal information in a message, and relationship level of meaning, which expresses the relationship between communicators. Models of communication. Over the years, scholars in communication have developed a number of models that reflect increasingly sophisticated understandings of the communication process. These models of communication include the linear models, which is a one-way process in which one person acts on another person. This was also known as transition model because it assumes that communication is transmitted in a straightforward manner from a sender to a receiver. Linear models consist of 5 questions: who, says what, in what channel, to whom, and with what effect. Interactive models is where communication is a sequential process where one person communicates to another, who then sends feedback to that person. Feedback is a verbal or nonverbal response to a message. Transactional models is communication that occurs within systems that affect what and how people communicate and what meanings they create. Careers in communication. Communication skills are essential to success in most fields. Careers such as attorneys, accountants, bankers, doctors, and other professionals need communication skills to be effective. People who major in communication are particularly equipped for certain careers. Careers such as research, education, the nonprofit sector, mass and digital communication, which is journalism, broadcasting, public relations and advertising, training and consulting, and human relations and management. Digital media and communication. We rely on social media to maintain personal relationships. On social networking sites, we post updates and add photos to let friends know what's happening in our lives and to learn what is happening in others' lives. We rely on social media to establish and maintain professional ties. For example, LinkedIn allows people to network professionally. We rely on social media to engage in civic life. Examples including signing online petitions, blogging about issues that matter to us, and reading online newspapers and the blogs of others whose opinions we respect. There are downfalls to digital media and communication. When we talk face-to-face, we are aware of immediate physical contact, which is not the case with much online and digital interaction. And because nonverbal communication is restricted online, and especially digitally, we may miss out on meaning, particularly on the relationship level. And those are my references.
Just stop it.
No, I have to show the crowd. And everybody's still here.